Today we're going to learn how to play two awesome beginner drum fills. So let's get started. Hey everyone, my name is Gabe and I'm from drumbeatsonline.com. Today I'm going to teach you how to play two awesome beginner drum fills. So let's jump right into it. The first fill I'm going to teach you is a classic rock drum fill that's played in eighth notes. And eighth notes just means that you're playing 8 notes in one measure. So the way that I count that is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And a quick note on this first fill, a little rule that I came up with is 1 on the hands and 1 on the feet. And essentially all that means is anytime I hit a drum with my hands, immediately after, I'm going to hit the bass drum with my foot. So the first drum that we're hitting in this drum fill is the snare drum, like this. Pretty simple. And so right after that snare drum hit, we're going to hit our bass drum. So together, that's like this. So next, we're going to move our hands over to our rack tom. And right after that, we're going to hit our bass drum as well. That sounds like this. So combining those two parts together sounds like this. So that's half of the fill. The second half of the fill is really easy. We're going to hit the floor tom and then the bass drum. And then we're going to hit the floor tom again and then the bass drum again. That sounds like this. So now let's put it all together. So with that drum fill, I really like playing each drum with 2 hands because it really gives it that power that it needs, especially if you're playing it in rock music. So that's the first fill. If you're having a hard time with it, just take it a little bit slower. You don't need to try to play it as fast as you can right out the gate. So keep trying with it. And let's move on to our tip of the day, which is be inventive. I just showed you this drum fill played the snare, rack tom, floor tom, but you can try different combinations of drums to come up with your own drum fill that has the same sticking pattern. So just be inventive with it, guys. I know you can do it. So now let's move on to the next drum fill. This one is a lot of fun for me. It's played in 16th notes. So what that means is now we're trying to fit 16 notes into a measure rather than 8 like in the last fill. So the way that I count that is 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and So I know it's kind of a lot to think about, but just try to bear with me and I think you'll get it. So what we're going to start off doing on this drum fill is hitting with your dominant hand. For me, it's my right hand on the snare drum. So that's just like this. And then next, you're going to hit your rack tom with your weaker hand. For me, it's my left hand. So together, that would go like this. And then with your right hand or your dominant hand, you're going to hit your floor tom after that. So together, that's like this. And then finally, we're going to hit our bass drum after that floor tom, like this. So all together, that pattern goes like this. And we're going to repeat that pattern 4 times. So that way it adds up to 16. And real quick, before I play that all together, an easy way to remember playing this fill is 3 on the hands and 1 on the foot. So every time we play 3 drums on our hands is when we hit the bass drum. So now let's try to play it all together. So that drum fill is a ton of fun. But if you're having a hard time with it, again, just take it slow. You don't need to rush these things. And the same tip of the day applies to this drum fill. Be inventive with it. Maybe flip it around. We started off with the snare to the rack to the floor tom. Maybe you want to go floor tom, rack, snare drum kick like this. Just be inventive, try new things, and you'll create more drum fills for yourself. So now I have a question for you guys. What are some of your favorite drum fills? I'd love to hear about them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope that this lesson helped you, and I hope that you can take these fills and be inventive with them and make new drum fills from them. If you're looking for more in-depth drum lessons, check out my brand new lesson course called Ultimate Beginner Drum Lessons. It's really awesome, and I've put a ton of time into it. So check it out right here if you want. And if not, check out my last YouTube lesson right over here. Thanks again for watching, guys. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you next time.